You walk into Costco with a list of 3 simple things: milk, eggs, and maybe a pack of those ridiculously soft Kirkland hoodies. But an hour later, you are walking out for $100 cooler, wondering how a wholesale club just managed to pick your pocket. Here is the truth most members never realize. Costco, it is a master of the treasure hunt psychology. They want you to get lost on what the employees call Action Alley. But while you are busy marveling at a 5-pound tub of animal crackers, you are literally walking right past the biggest financial loopholes in the retail world. I am talking about $1,200 OED versus marked down to $600. I am talking about name brand designer jackets for $7. I am talking about high-end organic supplements sold for less than the cost of their plastic packaging. Most people pay full wholesale, but there is a secret 5% of inventory that is currently on inventory death row. These items are not just on sale, they are being evicted. And if you do not know how to read the secret codes written on the price tags, you are leaving thousands of dollars on the warehouse floor every single year. Today, we are going deep. We are not just looking at deals, we are decoding the Costco matrix. By the end of this video, you will never look at a price tag the same way again. Before we find the items, we have to learn the language. Costco does not use traditional sale signs because that is too common for their brand. Instead, they use a system of hidden in plain sight price endings. If you see a price ending in 97 cents, stop everything. This is the holy grail. A 97-cent ending means the item has been marked down from its original wholesale price. This is not a manufacturer rebate, this is a corporate markdown. It means the regional office has looked at the data and realized this item is moving too slowly. To clear the count and make room for new seasonal inventory, they have slashed the margin. This is usually the lowest price that item will ever see until it hits the next age of inventory death row. Now, if 97 cents is a corporate markdown, a price ending in 00 or 88 cents is a local emergency. This is the manager markdown. This happens when a specific warehouse manager looks at their flooring, decides they have 10 of these cattle boards left in. They need this space for Christmas trees tomorrow. They have the authority to slash the price to the absolute bone just to get it out the door. The manager is basically saying, please take this, so I do not have to move it to the back. These are often the last of the bunch or slightly scuffed display models, and they are the absolute steepest discounts in the building. Finally, the most famous symbol in the Costco universe, asterisk. We call it the Death Star. If you see that little star in the top right corner, it means the item is pending deletion. It means Costco is not reordering this product. Once the current stock hits, sorry, it is gone forever. If you see a Death Star and a 97-cent ending, that is the retail equivalent of a solar eclipse. It is a guaranteed buy it now or regret it forever moment. Costco does not have sales, they have evictions. When an item stops paying rent for its shelf space, the price collapses, and that is where you strike. Now that you know what to look for, we need to talk about where to look. Costco layout is a masterpiece of manipulation. They use a strategy called the treasure hunt. They purposely move items like bread, milk, and rotisserie chicken to the very back quarters, so you have to traverse Action Alley, which is that giant center all filled with tempting full-price electronics and seasonal goodies. If you want the clearance deals, you have to go where the foot traffic is not. Most shoppers think the end caps are where the deals are, but usually, the end caps facing Action Alley are paid placement or featured vendor spots. Companies like Samsung or Procter & Gamble pay for those spots to show off new products at full price. To find the clearance, you need to look at the inward-facing end caps. These are the ends of the aisles that face the back wall or the side fences. This is when managers tuck away the orphan pallets. It is the clearance graveyard, and it is usually hidden behind a stack of toilet paper or water. Another gold mine is the middle of the clothing section for the 00 markdown. Costco moves clothing faster than almost any other retailer in the world. Because of this, they often end up with odd sizes like 40-inch waistbands or extra small jackets. When a table gets messy and only a few units remain, they will mark them down to $7 or $4 and leave them in a crater in the center of the table. I have found $60 Betty Bauer flannels for $4.97 simply because they were the last three on the table. You also need to watch the fence perimeter. The fence is the very outer wall of the warehouse. Large, bulky items that are being discontinued, like patio sets in late summer or season kayaks, are often pushed against a far right or far left walls. Because they take up so much real estate, managers are desperate to move them. This is where you will find $1,500 leather sofas marked down to $799. The price tag looks like it was printed by a human and not a corporate machine, and it is tucked in a corner where no one is looking. You are looking at a gold mine. Let us get into the actual items. We have spent years tracking the markdown cycles at Costco, and these 15 items are the ones you are likely walking past right now because you think they are too expensive. First is the display model low LED and LED versus ending in 00. Costco refreshes its TV wall constantly. When a new model comes in, the display model has to go. Most people are afraid of display models because they have been on for 12 hours a day. But Costco concierge warranty still applies to display models. If you see an asterisk on a EV tag, ask for the manager. Often they will mark that display model down to a 00 ending on the spot. I have seen $2,000 Sony Bravia Esto for $800 because it was the last one and they lost the original box. Since Costco offers a 90-day return policy and a second-year warranty, the risk is virtually zero. Second are laptops on transition weeks. Laptops have a very specific shelf life at Costco, usually about 3 to 4 months. When Intel or Apple announces a new chip, the old models immediately get the 97-cent treatment. These are not on the featured table. They are usually moved to the very end of the electronics glass case. Look for the Death Star on MacBook Airs or HP Envy models. You can often save $200 to $300 just by buying the version that was the flagship only 8 weeks ago. Third are the ghost appliances. Sometimes a kitchen appliance like a Ninja Cream or a Vitamix will not sell well in the kitchen aisle. Instead of sending it back to the vendor, the manager will move the remaining units to a completely unrelated part of the store, like the tire center foyer or near the pet food. They mark it down to 97 cents, and because it is out of its natural habitat, nobody sees it. These are ghost deals. If you see a kitchen appliance near the motor oil, check that price tag. Fourth are major brand vacuums. Dyson and Sharp are notorious for releasing new models every few months. The differences are often just a different colored plastic or one extra attachment. When the new version arrives, Costco does not run a sale on the old one. They just asterisk the old one and drop the price by $100. Because the boxes look almost identical, shoppers keep grabbing the $499 new one, while the $349 old one sits right next to it. Ignored. Always check the model numbers against the price tags. Most people think the best time to buy seasonal items is after the season is over. That is true. At Costco, that is a recipe for missing out entirely. Costco floor space is some of the most expensive real estate in the world. They do not have backstock rooms. Every square inch must generate revenue. This leads to the pre-slam. For example, patio furniture in mid-July. By July 15th, while you are still thinking about summer pool parties, Costco is already receiving shipments of Halloween costumes and oversized fleece blankets. They cannot have a 6-piece outdoor sectional taking up space when the winter wonderland is arriving. This is why the biggest price drops happen in the last weeks of July. If you see a patio set with a desk angel, I do not wait for the end of summer. It won't be there. That 97-cent tag is their desperate attempt to clear the floor for the coming pumpkin spice invasion. Then you have the December 15th panic markdown. Christmas at Costco ends on December 24th, but the clearance starts 10 days earlier. Because Costco is closed on Christmas Day, they want the seasonal aisles 90% empty by the 20th. between December 15th and 20th. Look for the massive ribbons, gift traps, and 7-foot-tall nutcrackers. They will hit 97 cents. Then 88 cents, then double zero in a matter of days. If you buy your decor for next year during this window, you are paying roughly 10 cents on the dollar. Gardening supplies follow a similar pattern in late May. Gardening is a front-loaded season. By the time Memorial Day hits, the professional landscapers have already bought their fill. Look for the fertilizer pivot around late May, when those $50 bags of organic fertilizer often drop to $19.97 to make room for the barbecue grills. It does not expire, it is just taking up too many pallets. The February coat purge is another huge opportunity. February is the coldest month for most of us, buns, but for Costco, it is the beginning of spring and summer fashion. Those $80 Jerry or Spider down jackets are dead weight in February. Look for the $14.97 markdown on name brand outerwear while the snow is still on the ground. This is the ultimate buy-ahead strategy. Next are the dividend deals in the pantry and household sections. These pay you back every single morning in the form of lower living costs. First are organic supplements and vitamins. The supplement aisle has a high turnover. Brands constantly change their pill counts. When the pill count changes, the old bottle becomes an instant 97-cent candidate. The product is identical. The expiration date is 2 years away, but the computer system sees it as obsolete. Check the barn shelf of the vitamin aisle where the 97-cent bottles are tucked away. Then there are name brand skincare sets in January. During the holidays, Costco sells high-end skincare sets in beautiful gift boxes. Once January 1st hits, those gift sets are a liability. Managers will oft unmark these down to $00 just to get the bulky boxes off the shelf. You are getting $200 worth of serum for $40 simply because the box has a holiday logo on it. When Costco switches a color palette for their 600 thread count sheets, the old color gets the asterisk and the 97-cent ending. Check the price per square inch because oft on the clearance king size set stay set. Gourmet gift baskets also get deconstructed in late January. If the $99 dive or wine baskets have not sold, managers will sometimes deconstruct them. They will sell the individual components at a massive discount or mark the entire basket down to $19.97. It is the highest calories per dollar ratio in the store. We also have the one-off anomalies. The internet return shelf is the most under the radar spot in the building. When someone buys a $2,000 massage chair or a high-end espresso machine on the website and returns it to a physical warehouse, does not have a spot for it in the aisles. They usually place these online-only items in a random corner with a manually printed 00 tag. Since they do not carry the item in store, they just want it gone. It is the single best way to get online exclusive luxury for 50% off. Regional alcohol and wine clearances are also worth watching. Because of liquor laws, Costco cannot move alcohol between states easily. The manager has to mark it down. Look for the wooden wine crates near the end of the aisle. If you see a 97-cent ending on a bottle of wine, Google the vintage. You will often find a high-rated wine for $12.97 that retails for $40 elsewhere. Finally, there is the book table purge. Costco treats books like produce because they have a very short shelf life. If a bestseller has been on the table for more than 3 weeks, it gets the Death Star. I have seen $35 hardcover coffee table books marked down to $4.97 because a pallet of the latest thriller is arriving and they need the table space. Finding the deal is only half of the work. The other half is knowing how to manipulate the system to your advantage. There are 3 pro-able tactics you should use. First is the 30-day price adjustment. Have you ever bought something for $100 only to see it for $69.97 the next week? Do not return it. Go to the membership counter with your receipt or even just your membership card. If the price dropped within 30 days of your purchase, Costco will refund you the difference in cash. This essentially means everything you buy at Costco has a lowest price guarantee for the first month. Second is the app versus warehouse discrepancy. The website and the physical warehouse are actually two different businesses with different inventories. When you are standing in front of a big ticket item, open the Costco app. Sometimes the online price includes a manufacturer savings that has not hit the warehouse floor yet, or vice versa. If the online price is cheaper, you can sometimes get the warehouse to match it or simply order it for same-day delivery while standing in the aisle to save an extra $20. Third is the unit price math. Never look at the big number on the price tag. Always look at the unit price in the quarter. The clearance site amending in 97 cents might look like a deal, but always compare the unit price to the Kirkland signature equivalent. If the name brand on clearance but still more pronounced than the Kirkland version, it is not a deal, it is a distraction. Why does a multi-billion-dollar company let you win like this? Why do they practically give away all the versus in designer clothes? It is because Costco is not a retail store. It is a logistics company that happens to sell hot dogs. Their business model is built on inventory turnover ratio. They want to flip their entire inventory 12 to 13 times a year. In comparison, a typical department store might flip their inventory only 4 times to Costco this season. An item sitting on a shelf for 6 weeks is not an asset, it is a liability. It is a clog in the machine. They would rather lose $100 on a single TV to clear that pallet space than lose the $10,000 on profit they could make by filling that same space with a fast-moving item like paper towels. You are not just a customer, you are the solution to their storage problem. When you buy a clearance item, you are doing them a favor and they are paying you in discounts to do it. So here is your new Costco routine. Do not start in the middle. Walk the fence first. Look for those online returns and the bulky doubles or markdowns. Scan the end caps, but only the inward-facing ones. That is where the orphaned pallets live. Uncheck the tags. Your eyes should be trained to ignore the 99-cent endings. You are a heat-seeking missile for the 97 cents, the doubles, euro, and the asterisk. But beyond the savings, there is a bigger lesson here. We live in a world that is designed to keep us distracted. Loud music and full-price distractions. Most people spend their lives walking down that center aisle buying what they are told to buy at the price they are told to pay. But the hidden deals, the real opportunities, are always on the edges. They are in the secret language that most people are too busy to learn. They require you to look where others are not looking. Being a Costco pro is not really about the $200 you saved on a vacuum cleaner. It is about the mindset of intentish vanity. It is about realizing that with a little bit of knowledge and a lot of observation, you can navigate a system designed to take your money and turn it into a system that builds your wealth. The best things in life are not always on sale. Sometimes they are just waiting for someone smart enough to recognize their true value. Next time you walk through those sliding glass doors, do not just shop. Observe. The Death Star is not an ending, it is your signal to start. If this video helped you save a few bucks, thank you for watching. Tell me in the comments what is the craziest 97-cent deal you have ever found. I will be in the comments looking for the next big eviction.